Hey guys, it is Allie. I am here at Lakenenland, which is just outside of Harvey on the way towards Munising. And we're going to take a look around at some of the different sculptures that are here. It is free, it is open 24/7. So if you are in the area, definitely check it out. You can drive through or walk through. Today we are going to be walking through. So thank you for joining. Let's explore. Walking on a gravel road towards a semi-trailer that reads Lakenland Sculpture Park. Free admission, open 24/7. There is a small pond that is stocked with fish and a popular fishing spot for kids in the area. There are benches that line the pond for sitting and fishing from. In the distance, there is a giant T-Rex holding up a huge fish and a fishing pole. Straight ahead, there is an old military boat that you can hide in. Walking over a bridge made of steel and wood logs towards the other side of the pond. Approaching a memorial for the Edmund Fitzgerald that sank in Lake Superior. There are facts about the ship on the memorial. passing an old tractor with a grate attached to the back that appears to be used to grate the road. On the right, there is a picnic gazebo with 2 benches and a large table. Entering the main loop of Lakenenland, there is a large sign that reads Junkyard Art. On the left-hand side, there is a totem pole-like structure with welded animals sticking out of each hole. On the very top, there is a bald eagle. There is a giant bouquet of flowers with a sign that reads, Happy Mother's Day. Continuing on the loop, there is art sculptures on both the right and left-hand side of the road. There is everything from scales to skeletons and all different types of animals. On the left-hand side, there is a sculpture of a UFO with two aliens sitting on top. Across the road from the UFO, there is a sculpture of a live band playing with multiple people dancing in front of it. On the right-hand side, there is a sculpture of a small child with a big smile looking out of a telescope. On the right-hand side, there is a tree with a huge nest on top, with a bird perched on top of the nest. Also on the right-hand side, there are large sunflowers that appear to be made out of gears. On the left-hand side, there is an abstract adult with a dog resting its head on its leg. Every angle that you turn gives a different perspective. Also on the left-hand side, there is a tree with a rabbit racing by it and a bird swooping down to grab the rabbit, followed by a large sculpture of what appears to be the Tasmanian devil. Back on the right-hand side, there's a sculpture of a man riding a very old-fashioned, large front-wheeled bike. Rounding a turn on the left-hand side, there's a sculpture of an abstract animal of some kind with giant antlers on its head. After making the turn, on the left-hand side, there are two ice skating sculptures of Wildcat Willie, which is the mascot for Northern Michigan University. On the right-hand side, there is a large hanging cage with abstract little monsters all trying to escape. Back on the left-hand side, there's a sculpture of a slot machine with a pull handle that works. Next is a sculpture of a mountain lion on a tree. Before rounding another turn, on the right-hand side, there is a sculpture of a man holding the whole world in his hand. Just after rounding the turn, on the left-hand side, there is a memorial sculpture dedicated to Ben Lauren, who is a firefighter who recently lost his life while fighting a fire. Also on the left-hand side of the road, there is two large sculptures of big red dogs, one standing on a ball and the other jumping over a ladder. Here is a sculpture of a motorcycle going up a ramp, just about to jump through a ring of fire. Rounding another turn on the left-hand side of the road, there is a large sculpture of a snowmobile that is about the same size as a car. On the other side of the road, there is a fire pit with a sculpture of an elephant that has stairs on the side of it so that you can walk up and act like you are sitting on the elephant. Walking under a large steel archway that says Lakenenland on it. On the left-hand side of the road, there is a sculpture that looks to be somewhere tropical, with mermaids, palm trees, dolphins, and a single flamingo. Leaning against a tree, there is a sign that says, "Danger, you are now entering the historic Shot Point Iron Mine. Please keep off the rocks and mining equipment. Thanks, Tom." On the right-hand side of the road, there is old mining equipment and a tower that sits upon a huge bed of rocks that looks to have once been a foundation. On the left-hand side of the road, there is an old wooden wagon in a small cabin that was once the Shot Point Iron Mine office and payroll building, established in 1880 followed by old railroad tracks with iron carts on it. Now heading out of the historic shot put mine area, and just up the road there is a memorial made of large rocks and tall metal towers for those who have lost their lives to cancer. Rounding a big turn to the left, there is a bobbing bird sculpture. On the left-hand side of the road, there is a sculpture of a large DNR officer looking down at a few people carrying firewood, followed by a couple bugs. On the bottom, it says, "Moving firewood bugs me." Up ahead on the right-hand side is an old wooden trailer with a sculpture of a team of dogs and a musher crossing the finish line of the UP 200. Exiting the park, there's a sculpture of two large men sawing through a fallen tree. walking through a grassy field past picnic tables and towards a large pavilion. The pavilion is made of large boulders and tall timbers. There are multiple log tables, built-in stone benches, and a stone wall with a fireplace. Hey guys, thank you for joining on our adventure today. It is really cool out here. If you haven't had the chance to come out, you really need to do so. And it is definitely accessible in the means that you can drive it, walk it, whatever you would like to do, you can do that here. They do have an entry that is just one way, so you don't have to worry about coming face to face with someone if you are driving. It is a slow stroll around, so you can take time to get out of your car, take a look at things a little bit closer. It's just really neat to see what the artist has come up with and shared with everybody here. Like I said, it is free. It is open 24/7, so if you haven't came out here to explore on your own, please do so. It is definitely worth the trip, and it will take you a little bit of time to just kind of go up and inspect everything a little bit closer, and you will definitely enjoy it more than you did in this video, just because seeing it in person is so much better. So thank you for joining today, and I will see you next time.